Hello guys, and welcome back to another session of Daniel's Security Academy. Today I want to revive pretty much a series which I started in my more kind of old style videos where I just did the PowerPoint presentations without filming actually me, which is the series of Protocol A to Z. And I already did a video on ARP and a video on BGP. So today we are with the letter C, which is CDP. In my video, I'm going to talk about what is CDP, how does it work, are there any kind of security concerns around CDP, and alternatives to CDP as a protocol. What is CDP? CDP stands for Cisco Discovery Protocol and is a proprietary protocol from Cisco, and it is used to collect information about directly connected neighbors, and those kind of information can be like the device name, the interface being used of the neighbor, the hardware, the software on site on this router, switch, whatever. All those kind of information can be exchanged between CDP neighbors, and it can also be used to create a topology, a network topology, based on the CDP information you already have gathered around your devices. How does CDP work? CDP has pretty much two versions. We are currently in version 2, and version 1 was only about exchanging the information, which I already spoke about before, between devices. And version 2 added the capabilities to detect configuration mismatches on trunks with 802.1q configurations. So for example, if you have a mismatch on a native VLAN on those links, CDP could detect this in version 2 and report it in the log. And secondly, which is also capable of doing, is CDP can detect a duplex mismatch. So if you have like half duplex on one side configured, on the other hand you have full duplex configured, or two interfaces were not able to auto decide on the duplex mode correctly, CDP could report on this issue. CDP sends every 60 seconds a packet with a time to live of 180 seconds. So if an interface shuts down, the CDP will send a packet with a time to live of 0 seconds, which will then tell the neighbor, okay, this port is going down, take it off your topology. So instead of waiting until it expires with maybe 170 seconds still on the clock from the previous CDP packet of 180 seconds with the time to live, you just initiate the information exchange that your neighbor knows interface is about to go down just in a second when it goes down. And this only works on directly connected devices. So CDP packets cannot be forwarded. Those are pretty much layer 2, or actually kind of layer 1, because you will only be able to exchange information between device A and B if they're directly connected with a cable. You cannot exchange CDP information above a switch or a router, for example. So you cannot have switch A, B, and C, and you cannot have A and C talking to each other. You always talk A to B and B to C. That's pretty much how CDP works, because it's a link protocol. So about security concerns with CDP. We do have some security concerns, like CDP is enabled by default and Cisco switches. So whenever you turn up a switch and you maybe have no clue about what CDP is, it is by default activated, and someone could pretty much use this kind of setting by just plugging in a device to a Cisco switch and just gathering information about via CDP. But for this one, you need a physical access to the network, like RJ45 connector somewhere, or actually access to the switch itself to plug your cable into it. But the other thing we have is CDP spoofing. And in CDP spoofing, an attacker sends a packet with a multicast MAC address as the destination and various spoofed or fake MAC addresses as source. So when a Cisco device receives these frames, it starts to add the information into the CDP table, and the table will pretty much start to build up and get larger by every fake or spoofed MAC address being used as a source address to send those kind of packets. And so the attacker might send like thousands or many thousands of packets, CDP packets, to the device. And if the device is unable to handle this attack, there is probably that the device may crash just after a few times. That's why it's like kind of recommended to disable CDP on interfaces that connects non-Cisco devices, user stations, or where you just don't know what is about to connect. So only pretty much, on the other hand, enable CDP on those connections where you know there is a Cisco switch on the other hand, like the uplinks, for example. So, are there alternatives to CDP? Yes, we do have an alternative, which is not proprietary by Cisco, which is LLDP, Link Layer Discovery Protocol. It's also, as the name already says, a link discovery protocol, and it is vendor neutral and has pretty much the same capabilities of sharing information about the switches or router as well with each other between those. And you can also use LLDP to, for example, to advertise your Power over Ethernet capabilities and requirements, and negotiate pretty much the actual power delivery to an access point, to a phone, for example, which is powered over PoE. So a lot of capabilities with LLDP here, and same as for CDP, you can create a network topology map based on the information you can crawl through each of the switches. So each of the switches can be queried with the SNMP protocol, the network management protocol, and you will see pretty much informations like sysdin and description, port names and description, VLAN name, IP management address, system capabilities like switching, routing, etc., or link aggregation. So a lot of information you can gather from a single device, and you need to crawl through every single device to create the topology, because none of the devices have the entire topology in its own database, because it is a link local protocol which is being used. So you only get the information from the direct neighbors. So even the core switch does only know its peers, and yeah, pretty much that's how you can build the network topology by crawling everyone. Yeah, and that's it for this session again. It's a little bit shorter session, but I think for CDP there's not too much more we should or I could add here. Let me know if you have any more concerns or ideas about CDP, what you think is worth mentioning. And yeah, let me know what kind of protocol I should use for the letter D. I already got some in my mind, but I'm open for suggestions from you guys in the comment section. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and I see you in the next videos. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.